As you remember, last week we had Elijah, and King Ahab was upset with him because it hadn't rained for 3 years, and he thought it was Elijah's fault. Well, Elijah told him it was God who was upset with him because he was worshiping other gods, Baal specifically. And so Elijah had the prophets of Baal build an altar and put wood on it, and they put a sacrifice on it, and then they were supposed to call down Baal to burn up their sacrifice. Well, they called, and nothing happened. And then finally Elijah said, well, maybe he's sleeping. Call louder. So they called louder, and they danced around it and everything, and Baal never answered. So then Elijah built an altar, and he prayed to God to burn up the sacrifice, and God did. And then Elijah told Ahab, the king, that God was upset because they were worshiping other gods, not the one true God. Well, you might remember that then a cloud came in the sky. First it was a little one, and then it got bigger and bigger, and then there was a rainstorm, and it rained so hard that Elijah had to help Ahab find his way back to the palace. Well, when he got there, Jezebel was very upset with Ahab and with Elijah because she wanted people to worship Baal. And she was very upset that her prophets from Baal had all died when God accepted the sacrifice that Elijah put up before him. So she was so upset that she said, Elijah, I'm going to make sure you die. So Elijah decided, well, I better get out of here. So he started out in the desert, and he got to this one tree, and he was tired, and so he laid down to take a nap. And he was sleeping, and then an angel came. And she fixed him some food, and she gave him some drink, and she tapped him on the shoulder, and she said, Elijah, wake up and eat. So he woke up, and he ate, and then he went back to sleep again. And then the angel came a second time and fixed him food and gave him drink, and then tapped him on the shoulder and said, Elijah, get up and eat. The journey will be hard, and the food is to give him strength to travel 40 days and 40 nights. So Elijah walked 40 days and 40 nights. And when he got to the mountain, he spent the night in a cave. And God said to Elijah, what are you doing here? Well, Lord, did my best to obey you. Your people have not obeyed you. They worshiped other gods. I don't know what to do. And so God said, go out and stand on the mountain. So he went out to the mountain. And there was a strong wind. But the Lord wasn't in the wind. And after the wind, there was an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, there was a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. After that, there was a voice, a soft whisper. Elijah, what are you doing here? Lord, I've done my best to obey you, Elijah said, but the people have not obeyed you. They are trying to kill me. The Lord told Elijah to anoint 3 men as leaders. Hazael would be king of Aram. Jehu would be the king of the land of Israel, and Elisha would be a prophet after Elijah. Elijah obeyed. He found Elisha plowing a field, and Elisha left his work to follow Elijah and serve him. As a prophet of God, Elijah faced enemies who wanted to hurt him. Elijah's life points forward to Jesus, the greatest prophet who has hated and killed for sharing and teaching God's word.